everybody. Happy New Year, first of all. This is a new year, and while it's really just another day, we are hoping so much that everything that we went through in 2020 has been learned, and we can let go of that year while the things are continuing. But this new year gives us an opportunity for new energy, creating new intentions, and just some freshness that we can bring into our day, our week, our year, in our attitude, in the field of energy we create, and in how we live our life in 2021, now that we are so much wiser, having gone through 2020. So, I'm Anna Gatman. This is Expansive with Anna Gatman, and it's the weekly Expanding on Expansive weekly tips and teachings. And today I want to focus on your word for the year. Many people choose a word for the year and then practice that word and live with this word throughout the year as a way to learn and grow. And so the word that you choose should be a word that is meaningful for you, that has a lot of energy and potency for you, and that you feel in your heart or in your gut is a word that you can, when you practice it, when you embrace it, when you are challenged by it, when you bring more of it into your life this year, it will help you learn, grow. It will give you lessons to become more whole, to heal, to connect more to the sacred, to live in greater spiritual material unity, to create more spiritual material balance in your life, and to generate true spiritual material abundance in your life. And so what's your word? What's your word for this year? We're already in the first week of January, and it took me a while to find my word. I had a few contenders, and I liked them obviously because they were at the top of my list, but nothing was really it. And I finally found my word. And my word for 2021 is flow. So I want to invite flow into my life. I want to invite more flow into all the areas of my life. And so the focus of today is your word for the year, but how to amplify and how to expand its potency and its power. That is what the focus is. How to expand and amplify the potency of the word that you choose for this year. Okay? And so, what's your word? Well, the first thing is to pick something that's going to be meaningful for you. It's not about just finding a word that's cute. It's finding a word that feels like it has a lot of potency for you. It's, you can feel the edge of your learning, the edge of your growth as you think of that word. And so the word flow has that for me. I feel like, okay, I get to practice more flow. So that's step number one. And you listen in your heart or in your gut. Is this the right word for me? And when it feels right, it's right. Now you could change your word next week. It's not written in stone, but it's really nice to go to such depth with one quality, one word, and practice it and work with it throughout the year. So there's value in doing that over a length rather than changing every week. That has different value. But to take one word throughout for 12 months, that is really potent and powerful. So the first step is to find your word, then sense in your heart or gut, is it the right word for you? If it is, you have found your word. Now, how do you amplify and expand the power of the word? Well, you think of different areas of your life. And so we can take flow as example, but blank, you put any word that you chose in here. And so you ask yourself, how can I bring more flow or your word into my life purpose and expression in the world? Okay, so first in your work or your self-expression or your life purpose, how can I bring more flow into it? And how can you bring more blank into your self-expression and your work in the world? And so you can meditate on that for 5 minutes or for a minute. You can just close your eyes and meditate on how to bring more your word for the year into your work, your life purpose, and your self-expression. And then wait for an answer. You will get an answer from your heart, from your gut, or you will get it from signs from the universe, different events or circumstances that will show up, that will show you how to bring more of your word of the year into your self-expression, the arena of your self-expression. And then the next step is go do it. And then you can meditate some more and what's next. Now, let's pick another area of life. So how can I bring more flow for me, whatever your word for the year is, into my health and overall wellness? So your exercise, your diet, whatever you need to do that has to do with health and wellness. And so just take a moment, again, meditate on that and ask yourself, how can I bring more of my word into the area of my health and my wellness? And wait to see what the answer is. And then go do it. Now, you could pick, there's a whole area here. I'm going to go through a few more areas, but you could pick and do all of them in one time, in one sitting over like half an hour or 20-minute meditation, and then write them down. Or you could pick an area a month or an area a week and meditate on it, receive an answer, and then go do it. That's how you grow spiritually. You pick something small, you meditate on it, expand your consciousness a bit, open your heart, feel more relaxation and flow and spaciousness. You listen to the answers that come from within or from without, and then you go do it. You go do it, you have advanced. Then there's another step like that. That's how you grow spiritually. So let's pick another area. So how can I bring more flow for me, whatever the word for the year for you is, into your finances and overall wealth? Because wealth is a larger word, because wealth we can get in so many ways, but we also want to have financial wealth, right? We want wealth in all areas of our life. So how can you bring more flow for me, your word, into your finances and wealth? Meditate on that. You might be very satisfied with your financial situation, but when you meditate, you will be able to go to the next level. You'll be able to go to the next level. And I see here, I have someone who said air, breath. So I don't know if that is that your word for the year, breath and air? Write to me if this is your word for the year, and I'll continue. Then you can pick, how can I bring more flow for me, your word of the year, into your relationships? Now you could pick a relationship per week, you could pick a relationship per month, but maybe you have a life partner, maybe you have a professional partner, a team member, friends, sibling. I love it. So Hagar is saying, my word is air and breath. Go, Hagar. This is your word. I'm going to hold you to it. So then meditate on all of these. And we were focusing on relationships. And so pick the relationships that you want to bring air and breath into. What does it mean to bring breath and air into a relationship? Create more spaciousness and air and breath in it. For me, it's flow. And you can pick any relationship, and you can do a few of them in one sitting, or one each week, or one each month. You can also say, how can I bring more your word of the year into your spiritual practice? How can you bring more air and flow and breath into your spiritual practice? If you close your eyes and you meditate on that for just a few minutes, you will receive an answer. And then you go and do it. Now, the last one is the social realm, the ecological realm. So we went from the personal, from the spiritual to our personal life, and all the way out to social life. There is social upheaval in the world because the world is changing. It's time for old ways of living and thinking and being to change. And so there is a lot of social unrest in the world, and it's part of the transformation. And there's ecological unrest. We have had fires now for a few years in a row. There are floods in other areas of the world. There's migration because of ecological crisis and because of wars. So there's a lot of things going on the social and the ecological level. So then the question is, how will the word that you pick for this year, how is air and breath? How can you bring more air and breath to your integrity, your social integrity as a human being, your ecological integrity? How can I bring more flow and be an active contributor as a citizen of the planet to making the world more whole, heal the world, and make it more holy and sacred? And we each do our part with the word that we choose for the year. So you see all of these areas of your life. You can meditate on them, receive answers, and then practice them. Now, if you are the kind of person who likes to set goals and then work in an organized way, go do that. But another way, and it's really important to do that as well, is to create an intention, but then to let go and allow the universe, because you're to respond. Otherwise, you're just trying forcefully to do it by yourself. You live in a human web, and a web on the planet with nature, the spiritual realms, the material realm. And so you want to create an intention, and then you want to allow the universe to respond and support you to realize it. So don't be too hard-headed with this is what I want. Create the intention, then be loose and flow with what the universe is bringing back to you. You might need to pivot, or you might need to do something stronger in order to make it happen. But then as you do that, also allow the universe to do for you, so you're not doing it by yourself. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a whole planet, a whole humanity to make a planet that is whole and that is healed and that is holy and sacred to us. So practice this, do this throughout the year. So I bless you with the word that you pick for this year. May it provide you growth and learning and healing and becoming whole and becoming more aware of your sacredness, the sacredness of the world. And may it allow you to generate true spiritual material abundance in your life and in your world. Blessings. Bye.